if you happen to have a lot of thick leather pieces, scraps, and so forth in your leather shop, you can actually pull those down and thin them. I've got a little C.S. Osborne splitter over here, and what I'm going to do is find some pieces and kind of pencil around them and trim them slightly so it'd be a little easier to pull through my splitter. What I'll do is pencil mark that. And I did a sample run on my splitter, and I've got it set where it's about 9.5 ounces, and that will work good for these little knife sheaths. And my blade's sharp on it, and I'll just show you how I pull that down. Once I thin the leather down to the right thickness, I'll mark my pancake pattern or my fold over pattern here. This is this little pattern I made the other day. It's got 2 slots in it, simple little design right here, and then I've got a spacer I put in this particular one, and I leave it thick, and it works out good for a trapper or a stockman style pocket knife. And this one also works for a like a 4-inch stockman pocket knife or trapper style knife. So anyway, I'll show you how to pull this through my splitter there. This is my C.S. Osborne splitter. This may be an Osborne. I got this in 1981, and it looked just like this. It was old then, so these are probably a little harder to come by, and you can get these. These are readily available. This has got a number 86 on it. That's probably the number of the blade or whatever. C.S. Osborne and Company, Harrison, New Jersey. It's got a couple adjustments on it. Well, it's got this one down here at the bottom, actually. Okay, I'm going to start with the softer piece of leather here. This does have a 6-inch blade on it. It's really easy to sharpen so far. And anyway, my little bench here is a little rickety. I've pulled some of that stuff that's kind of delivered. That brings that down to a workable thickness for a pocket knife sheath. You put the rough side up, or on this one right here, you pull it down the other way. Now for the firmer leather. This leather is somewhat firmer. Now I'll mark out my pattern on there, cut it with my little leathercraft knife with the curved stub blade on it. Kind of put a little light coat of glue to attach the 2 pieces on this pancake sheath, and let it set a little while and then sew it. Now that I have my thicker leather, I kind of pulled it down through my Osborne leather splitter and have it to a workable thickness right now. So what I'll do is spend a little time marking out my knife sheath patterns onto the leather, which I have blocked out in larger sizes there. Just scratch around my pattern with Saddler's Awl. This is one of my favorites here. It's an old Osborne. If you have trouble seeing your mark, you can try a pencil. Just dark enough that you can see it to cut it out with your knife. On this pancake sheath, I'll cut this top out, cut my slots, cut the leather out there, and I'll lightly glue the sides and a little bit down at the bottom and the other side there. Set that on top of my pattern and let that dry. Tap it down a little bit, then groove it with my Osborne leather groover. That's the pancake pattern, and this is the fold over. And then I have another piece, bigger piece. This particular pattern right here, I like to put a little spacer in it. So I go to this thicker piece and mark out some spacers. Once you've built quite a few knife sheaths off of your pattern and you're satisfied with it, you can get a clicker die made, and there's several places you can get dies made that you can just press out your part. It has a cutting edge on it. Anyway, maybe one of these days I'll cover that. So hope this helps with your knife sheath making.